Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Beginner English podcast, the place where you can improve your English while listening about everyday topics. Today, we are going to talk about something very important: visiting the doctor. When we don't feel well, we usually go to the doctor for help. I'll share my personal experience with you today, and along the way, we'll learn some new words. The words in this podcast will be appointment, examination, prescription, bandage, fever, dizzy, and symptoms. I'll ask questions along the way. Please share your answers in the comments and read what others have written. It's a great way to learn from each other. Last year, I started feeling unwell. My head hurt. I felt weak, and I knew something wasn't right. I decided to make an appointment with the doctor. An appointment is when you set a specific time to meet someone, like a doctor or a dentist. You can also have appointments related to your work. You can call the clinic or use an online system to book a time, to book an appointment. When you have an appointment, it means the doctor will see you at that time. I called the receptionist at the clinic and I said, "I don't feel well. Can I make an appointment?" She gave me a time for the next morning. Have you ever made an appointment with a doctor? How did you book it? The next day, I went to the clinic for my examination. An examination is when the doctor checks your body to see what is wrong. First, the doctor asked me questions about my symptoms. Symptoms are the signs that show you might be sick. For example, if you have a fever, meaning a high temperature, a cough, cough, or a sore throat, those are symptoms. My symptoms were a headache, a pain in my head. I also had a fever, meaning high body temperature, and I felt very tired. The doctor said, "Your symptoms suggest that you might have the flu." What symptoms do you think are common, are usual when someone has the flu? After the examination, the doctor wrote me a prescription for medicine. A prescription is a note from the doctor, usually on a piece of paper. It can also be in an electronic form, and this tells the pharmacy what medicine you need. You take the prescription to the pharmacist, or they will have it in their system, and they will give you the medicine. The doctor prescribed me some pills to help with my fever and headache. He said, "Take one pill in the morning and one at night." I thanked him and went to the pharmacy to get my prescription filled. While I was at the pharmacy, I also bought a bandage. A bandage is a piece of material that you use to cover a cut or a wound. Sometimes we use bandages to stop bleeding or to keep a wound clean. I didn't have a wound this time, but I always like to keep some bandages at home just in case. They are very useful for small accidents, like when you cut your finger while cooking. One of the reasons I went to the doctor was because I had a fever. A fever is when your body gets very hot because you're sick. Normal body temperature is around 37 degrees Celsius. But when you have a fever, it's higher than that. When I got home, I used a thermometer to check my temperature. It was 38.5. It made me feel tired and weak. The doctor told me to rest and drink plenty of water to help my fever go down. Have you ever had a fever? Couple of hours after I arrived home, I started feeling dizzy. When you feel dizzy, it's like the room is spinning, or you might feel like you're going to fall. It can happen when you're very tired, sick, or dehydrated. After a few days of rest, taking my medicine, and drinking lots of tea, I started to feel better. My symptoms went away, my fever went down, and I didn't feel dizzy anymore. I was so grateful for the doctor's help. Visiting the doctor might not be fun, but it's very important when you're not feeling well. They can check your symptoms, give you medicine, and help you get better. Let's review the words we learned today. Appointment, examination, symptoms, prescription, bandage, fever, dizzy. Thank you for listening to today's podcast about visiting the doctor. I hope my story helped you understand these words better. Don't forget to answer the questions in the comments and share your experiences. Reading other people's answers is a great way to learn more. It is very important to take care of your health. Don't be afraid to visit the doctor if you need to. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep practicing your English and stay healthy.